So hello guys and welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Bright from CEO Designs and I'm glad to be your tutor for today. So in this tutorial we'll be creating this design currently on our design Canva. So I posted this design I think a month ago, and too many people asked that they want to see my process while making this design. So due to popular demands, people have asked for it. This is me granting your request. So let's get straight on to the tutorial. Let's go there. Okay, very importantly, this tutorial may take a whole lot of time. I told you guys, and the reply I got was, I'm ready to watch. I could even watch it for 7 straight hours. There's no problem. Okay, so, and also I will really implore you that you watch this tutorial to the very end, because I'll be making some announcements at some point. Even during the course of the tutorial, I'll be making some announcements, so please stay till the very end. Trust me, you will not want to miss these announcements. Okay, good. And I will implore you this at this point in time, get your snacks, get your drink, because it will be one of my longest tutorials just yet. So let's go there. So currently I'll be working with Adobe Photoshop. Yeah, it's not a CorelDRAW tutorial, it's Adobe Photoshop, but you could actually get the techniques from this tutorial and apply it to any software you are using to make designs. So it's very much important. And again, I may be going back and forth the initial design I made, so I could see some of the things, like I could have a picture of what I did earlier. I told you this design was over a month ago, so I'm not having every of the process on my head, so I might be going back and forth just to see, okay, you get me. So first of all, we create our design Canva. Let's just have this guy, something wide, it's a square, something this big, 2800 by 2800. Then take the resolution to 72. You wouldn't want your system to start lagging at this point. So also, you could also reduce yours to 2000 by 2000. It all depends on how your system can carry stuff, because there's how the file will be so large, your system will start to lag, and some people's system will tell you out of memory, while some people's system will be running smoothly. So I pray you are not among those that your system will tell you out of memory. So let's create this young man and let's start. Okay, so I have the main design here, so once in a while I could just come and look at it. Okay, I have this here, okay, I have this here, okay, I have this there. So it could be easier for me to just recreate, and there might be some adjustment to some of the parts of this design. There might be some adjustment, because finally some of the things that I did now, I don't really like them, like something around here and stuff like that. So that is not the point now, but it's just a quick reminder. Okay, so this is the file we created, and one of the things we do the moment you create a Photoshop file, it's to unlock that file. So hitting on this key, the file gets unlocked. I'm not doing commentary, I'm actually designing right now, like it's a live design, so this is no commentary. So get ready to watch this tutorial, even though it's for 2 hours. YouTube has already given us the avenue to post a very lengthy tutorial, and trust me, I'll be talking very plenty today. It's not my fault, it's what I do. Okay, let's go there. So we have our design Canva created. So we'll import our very first picture, our very first image, which is the background image. This background you are seeing, this building like background, so we'll import that right about now. Okay, so we'll go to File, Place Embedded. Then this is our image here. We'll place. Okay, so we'll just scale this guy up. Yeah, keep scaling to something about this guy. Okay, I think that is good. Okay, so that guy is placed already. Okay, so we'll now just give this guy a blur, just a Gaussian blur. It's not majorly our point of focus, So just a little blur, just a little blur. Okay, good. Now this is a technique that I really want you to learn right now. So to make something glow, something don't just glow under the sun if the room is very bright. Something don't just glow, or if you're outside and the sun is very high or the sun is very hot. Things don't just glow. Things only glow mostly at night or in dark places. So the trick about glow effect is this: to make a glow effect look much more realistic, your background or your surrounding in your design should be dark. So when your surrounding is dark, then your glow effect can now look realistic. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be making this guy to look like night right about now. Though you may say it has some night, but it's still very bright. So we have to make this guy look dark so our glow can work. So to do that, we go to adjustment layer, then we choose this guy called exposure. So we'll break down this exposure down. Yes, something around it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Like something around this point. Okay, let me just keep this guy at 3.50. Okay. Now you see the difference. So it's looking like night. So with this exposure, we can now get stuffs going. We're almost done with the background. Okay. So we also add a little curve. We just want this bright place to ring out a little. So add a little curve here. Just pull this guy around there. Okay, I think that is fine. Let me see. Okay, I think that's fine. So this light place could just come up a little. Okay, that is good. All right, now let's give this design, this our current design, some mystical touch. Yes, some mystical touch, because it's actually a magician glow design effect. So we should have those mystical touch in them, so it looks much more realistic. So first thing we'll be doing, we'll create a new layer and we'll fill this layer with ash and hit on OK. Don't crown color codes today. I want you to learn the techniques. I'll not be giving you any color code. I filled this layer with ash, then I hit on OK. Alright, then coming to this layer, to the layer max here, I hit on the layer max thumbnail, holding Control on my keyboard and press I, Control I invert that layer. So my layer max thumbnail just turned to black. So I'll pick my brush tool and change that brush to white color, increase the brush size. Okay, just bring down this guy a little bit. Okay, then I also reduce my opacity and feel of this layer, so I don't want it to ring out so much. So coming to my canvas, I increase my brush size. I'll just brush on some parts. I'm not really getting. Okay, let me keep this guy high, so when I'm done with this, I'll just brush on some parts like this. Where I want a little bit mystical flow to come on, so I could now reduce this guy and also brush out some parts that's looking so thick, like those. Okay, then pick white again and just add a little around here. Okay, so before, after, so it's just adding a little bit of mystical feel. Okay, let me just reduce it a little again, flip this guy and reduce my flow and opacity, just damp some parts off. I want this to look much more realistic than how it's looking now. Okay, that is better. Okay, let me also bring this guy down and just a little damp. Okay, I like this. Then the next thing we'll be doing, let me just rename this guy to Mystical Glow. So the next thing we'll be doing what? Next thing we'll be doing, we'll be introducing another image. It's actually a smoke image. So we just want to also add more to the mystical feel of this design. So we'll introduce the smoke image to create that smoke effect that runs from left to right and also a little from right to left. So let's just create that guy. So place embedded, this is the guy here, so we place, then just scale this guy up like this, and also flip this guy. Hold shift on your keyboard, come to this edge and flip this guy so it moves proportionally. Then take this guy towards this point. Okay, okay, let's also flip it vertically, so yes, it comes like that. Then just increase, okay, and hit on OK. Now you'll tell me it's having black and it's looking stupid. Don't worry, let's first rename this to smoke left to right. Okay, so to remove the black background, come to blend mode and we choose on let's go with screen. Okay, I think I like that. Alright, so also remove these sharp edges around. So let's just okay, let's create a layer mask, then change this layer mask, let's invert it also, just like the former one we did. Pick our brush to change the brush to white, and let's brush in the part we want. Let's just brush in the part we want. So I'm just brushing in the part I want. I don't really want every of that smoke. So after doing this, I could just reduce this layer, the opacity and feel. So I just want to achieve something like this. You see how this one is running like that? So that's what I want to achieve. Okay, so let me just add a little to the top. Okay, I think I will still scale that guy up some more. Okay, let's see. Okay, fine. Woo! Okay, this is good. Then we duplicate this guy and put the one that runs from left to right. So just flip horizontal, right click and flip horizontal, then just little like this and hit on OK. Okay, something else I want to do, let's increase the opacity of this one. Okay, now a very quick advice. Designing majorly photo manipulation, it comes with time and patience. So depending on your level you are handling Photoshop and graphic design generally, majorly photo manipulation, this tutorial may take you time to grasp. For total beginners, it may take you extra time to grasp. For intermediate users, it may take you some amount of time to grasp. But one thing for sure is, do not give up. Yes, that is my advice for you. Do not give up. Everybody started as a beginner, so if you are not getting it right now, you will get it tomorrow. If you don't get it tomorrow, you get it next tomorrow. But one day you definitely get it. Everybody you see that claims to be a professional today or is a professional today started as a beginner. Before I opened this YouTube tutorial or this YouTube channel, I was once a guy that do not know anything about graphic design. There are some points I became a guy that said he wants to learn graphic design and now had Photoshop and started the design journey. So I didn't just reach at this little level I am today just starting design yesterday. No, it takes time. So one thing for sure is be patient with yourself. Don't kill yourself. Don't overstress yourself. You definitely get it. So I'm just adjusting this guy. Let me flip my brush to black and just brush off this guy a little bit. So please do not stress yourself so much. If you are trying and you are not getting it, keep it and come back to the tutorial. Okay, that being said, let me save this file, because what I'm doing, I will not want to lose all my file, even though this is not a live tutorial. So let me just save this file. Magic Glow Effect. Okay, so because it's very much important. I would not like to start afresh. It's very annoying, trust me, it's very annoying. So just brushing off this guy a little bit, just want something real going on. Okay, so that is fine. Now another thing we'll be doing, we'll be placing this gate. Or were you thinking that the gate was in the initial image? Now looking at the gate, I can see that somehow the gate is looking kind of funny. So we'll be placing that gate now. So let's just import that gate image, place embedded, and that is it there. Okay, let me scale this guy up. Good. So we'll be removing the background. Let's just rename this to gate. So remove that background, choose my magic wand tool. So for new Photoshop users, you have this guy here. So I'll just click select subjects. But if you are using the old Photoshop, you could actually select this guy yourself, but I will not be doing that because of time. So I'll just click select subject, let the AI do the magic for me. Let me see what the AI can give to me. I know you would say, this will be very difficult to select. Okay, I think it's done. Select and mask. Don't worry, let's just go with this. And don't worry, you see the magic I will do later. Hit on OK. Every of these things you are doing, this design is magic. So hit on layer max to take off that thing that we have done. So also, you know me, I always rasterize this guy and I will apply this guy. That is me for you. So pick on this guy, take her around here. Okay. Okay, good. So we'll go on normal and we'll change this guy to multiply, so it gets rid of those whites inside. That is very simple. So let's just scale this guy down a little bit. Control T. Let's scale this guy down a little bit. Okay, there's something I'm trying to see here. Let me see. Start and okay, so I distorted it, and just to match it somehow with the building perspective. Some other persons might use perspective, but using distortion I could have better control of this guy I'm working on. So turn this to free transform and just scale down a little bit again. Don't worry, hit on commit. So we'll duplicate this gate, Ctrl J, then Ctrl T, flip vertical, and flip horizontal rather, so it flips to the other side, and just fix this guy around here. Then we also distort. Okay, so we have something almost realistic going on. I'm very confused right now, so I commit this guy. okay, I think that's good. Okay, so we'll just also edit this one, just still distort and let it match somehow with this one. Okay, one thing you should know for sure is this: nobody is perfect, so in as much as we are still humans, we make mistakes. Okay, so even when you expect, even when you expect perfection from my end, I could still give you one or two little imperfection. So that's why at every point in time, if you always watch my tutorials, you discover that I'll keep touching things. It comes out well, and I design currently to the best of my knowledge. By tomorrow I could get better than this, or I will definitely get better than this, just like this design here. If you notice, the gates are straight, but now I'm matching them to the perspective of the building. So at every point in time, I always strive to get better. So that's one of the things I always want you to do also. So that's why I told you there are some things here I will likely change, because seeing them now I can see some issues. And even tomorrow, when I still watch this tutorial I'm making today, tomorrow I'll still see some errors I made. So don't expect me to be perfect in whatever thing I'm doing now. Don't expect me to work so much as an expert right now, but the little I have, that is what I'll give to you So let's continue the tutorial. So we have our gate up and running. I think I like that. One last edit again. Let's just scale this guy down a little bit and match it there. Okay, and you tell me that the gate is actually floating, like it's not. Yes, I'll be using this tutorial to also do some dirty works. So you say it's floating, it's not staying somewhere, it's not standing somewhere. The one will be giving that a little bit shadow right now. So let's just group these gates together. So call these gates. Okay, give it a color. Now enter that layer, create a new layer, take it under that layer, pick your brush tool, select black and increase your brush node. Okay, we'll just do a very light work because at some point we may not even see those edges of the gates, but let's just assume that we might see them, but we will not see them because when we put our focal image, it covers that place. So let's just learn something from this part. So just zoom in very well, zoom in closely, pick that brush and just brush. Okay, let's increase flow and opacity. So just have some light brushing around here. Okay, something like this. So also around this guy, also around this guy. So I'm holding shift on my keyboard to move left, right, stuff like that. So just reduce the opacity and feel so it doesn't get so dirty. Okay, so let's zoom out. Okay, I think it's better now than before. So before floating, after standing somehow. Okay, so that is good, that is good. Okay, let's save this guy. So what am I doing next? Okay, we'll introduce this wood part later towards the end of the tutorial when we are adding our texts. So now we'll introduce some flying bird just to give this guy a little bit realism, and also this gate should be behind our smoke effect. Yes, no, behind this one. Okay, yes. So we could just also pick our brush to just select black. So we'll just remove a little bit of no, reduce our opacity and flow. Don't want the brush to be so strong. Increase the size and just brush down this place a little bit. Okay, now you see the gate is looking much more realistic. If you notice this one, my gate was not behind the smoke, you see. So I told you, even when I watch this tutorial tomorrow, I'll still have something to change from it. Okay, so now the gate is looking as if it's really part of our subject. Let's see if we could do no. Let's leave that guy. I remember why, because of we use blend mode for it. So once we change the opacity and feel, the white starts coming back on. Okay, so let's continue. Let's introduce our bed. File, place embedded. So just pick the bed and place. Okay, just scale this guy up and bring it around here. We also adjust this bed when we are writing the text, I'm very sure, because I want the bed to fill in very well. So just reduce the opacity and fill a little bit. So the bed just flows with, it's not much work, so it just flows with whatever thing we are doing. And due to the fact that our background layer is kind of blur, so the bed also will be kind of blur because it's not part of our focal image, so just not that much. So that's why I told you I will not be giving you numbers, just follow, understand the technique and also apply it to yours. So just hit this guy so it doesn't take up too many space in our layer. Okay, still coming back to that smoke. Pick our brush tool again with black, just brush off this part a little bit. So okay, and also reduce the opacity and flow a little bit. Okay, imagine I've given you number for opacity and flow earlier. Now keep on changing the number, no? So we'll be adjusting as we are moving further. We'll be adjusting. Okay, this is good. Now this is the time where we introduce our image, the image of the Magical Man. He's actually my friend, he's also a designer. So he calls himself the magician. So when I was making a birthday design for him, I said, let me make a birthday design that matches his title, because he took a magical pose and he sent us the image. So I said, okay, fine, I'll make something magical for him to compliment him. Put that the magician. So please. So that was him. He made a magical pose, and I know he was actually expecting somebody one day to make a design where he's holding a crystal ball to tell time, to tell the future. So that was why he made this design, having his hand like this and expecting us to put the ball. So Fuda, I granted your request, and this is me putting a ball on your design. Woo! I think you'll pay me after now. So when I sent him the design, I actually liked it, and he reposted on his WhatsApp with other designs that were made for him. So let me just call this guy the magician. The magician. Okay, good. So that is him. Let me save my progress so far. So we'll just remove the background, but we'll not be having this in our design. So pick our magic wand too, and as usual, if you're using the old Photoshop, you just do that yourself. But me, I'll make my AI do the magic for me while I stretch myself and sip a little of the juice. Okay, let's zoom in to confirm that we are not losing some of our jobs, some of our, see, we are actually losing some stuffs. So I'll pick my polygonal lasso tool, and just out of most YouTube Photoshop YouTube designers out there, the selected few that still use polygonal lasso tool. Most of them uses the pen tool, some uses the magnetic lasso tool. I still use polygonal lasso tool because right from Photoshop 7 till date, I just liked that. Is it Photoshop 7? CS, Photoshop CS. Right from CS till date, I just like that too. When it was Photoshop 7, I used magic wand, but now I like this too. Okay, I think I love this. So if yours is not adding to the selection, please click on this icon here so you can add to selection, because if it's on this icon, once you make a selection, everything goes out. You see, everything has gone out. So excuse me. So at this point we go to select and mask, so we could just fill in this guy properly. So just shift edge some more, reduce this feather. Let's see, we don't want something too soft, so we just want something that is good. So let's check the contrast. Just as I said earlier, do not cram any of this, so play with the sliders and see what they can achieve for you. At least this tutorial will give you a better view of these things, so that if before you are cramming them, now you just need to play with the sliders till you get what you want. Look, I think I like this. I could still later on blur some parts out. I hit on OK, zoom out, then select my layer max so it removes that background for me. Okay, this is perfect. So we'll scale up our magician, something like this. See where his head is reaching here, so around here. Then his staff stopped at that point, so that's what we'll be doing. So Ctrl T, let's just scale this guy, take the head up, then scale this guy, because it's our focus, not something else. So we want him to be at the center and properly scaled up. Okay, I think I'll still scale this guy up some more. Okay, so let's just pop. Okay, this is better. Alright, much better. Okay, so we also take him a little bit to the right, so these guys could breathe when we have them on. A little bit. Let's see. So his cap is actually covering that. So let's stay scale and take this guy up. You know, I told you earlier that he will cover the entrance of the gate, and see, that's actually what's happening now. Okay, perfect. So we can go now. Now at this point, I'll still save again, so please be saving as I'm also saving. So we have, let's just save this smoke effect. Let's group rather Ctrl G on our keyboard and rename that to smoke effect. I will not be fast forwarding anything in this tutorial. Everything you will see them happen. So just as I said earlier, it will be a lengthy tutorial, and just as I said also, please do not give up when you are trying to create this. If you are not achieving the effects, do not give up. At some point you could leave, go take a break and come back and continue. Do you get me? Don't over push yourself, don't over stress yourself. You definitely get it one day. Okay, so what we'll be doing now, we'll actually see how we can match the focus, the magician, to our background. You get? So we'll see how we can match both of them. So one of the things we'll do, let's duplicate this layer, Ctrl J on the keyboard, J, then hide this one, and as usual rasterize. You know, that's why I usually rasterize, because I duplicate. Okay, so convert this guy to smart object, because we'll be going to the smart object corner filter. I said smart object, sorry, camera raw filter. So we'll go to camera raw filter. So just do one or two edits to our overall image. Okay, so I want to see more of the shadows, because if you zoom in, you discover that we have some little details. So I want to see more of those shadows. You get? So if I put that down, I start losing too many files. And also want it to, the exposure to come up a little, and also contracts better. So let the white get whiter and dark get darker, and let there be a perfect mix between both of them. So let's just take this guy down a little bit. Okay, and I also like adding some more texture to it and some more clarity to it. If you notice, just watch around this place. If you are not really seeing it, you see the change in that. So I hit on OK. So one done. So you just added some more to it. Now we'll continue blending this guy till we blend him properly to our background. Okay, so let's continue blending this guy. So one thing now we'll do, let's just give this guy a drop shadow, or a shadow rather. Okay, let's make it a drop shadow. So on this layer we come to FX, drop shadow. Okay, so let's just increase this opacity. Let's see what. All right, reduce this size. Okay, just hit on OK. Don't stress much. Then come to your drop shadow, right click on it and say create layer. It pulls out the drop shadow from the image. Hit on OK. Now this is just the drop shadow separated from the image, so we can actually play with this anyhow we like. So that was the reason I told you excuse me, not to stress yourself in that drop shadow, because the settings there will not give us what we want right now. So it's just something like this. So let's say shadow for magician. Okay, now hit on our layer mask, pick our brush. So let's just brush off some parts we don't want in the shadow. Just brush lightly. Let me increase this guy so I can see what is actually happening. Okay, brush lightly. Okay, convert this guy to a smart object. Then come to filter, blur. We would have done that before we started brushing lightly. Gaussian blur. Just increase this guy small. Let it flow. Okay, I think it's okay like that. So let me see. Then we'll make a bit adjustment to it. Okay. So let's still brush lightly. I don't want it to be so pronounced. Majorly I want the shadow to be by the right side, so that's the plan. Let the shadow be more at the right, less at the left, because we're having some light here at the left, so we don't want that shadow to not be looking so strong there, but at the right it's somehow interesting there, giving it some dramatic feel. You get me? Okay, so I just saved that guy. So let's just group this entire thing and call this magician and give it a color, so I will know where the group started from and where it's ending. So when you hit it, when you hit this panel, so it shows the entire element of the group, you know where it's stopping around here. So that's the reason I always give it a color. Okay, let's continue blending this guy to our design. So next up we'll introduce a curve layer, a curve adjustment layer. Curves, just something simple. Clip it to the image by hitting on this button here. So currently it's clipped to just the magician. Just slide the dark shade a little bit. See, so before it's looking as if there's too much water inside of it, but now it just added a little dark shade to it. Okay, so because of, as I said earlier, we're actually making a glow effect, so we made the background feel like night. So also the focal image too should not be glowing, it should not be shining like this without a glow effect. So also do the same thing we did for the background image, also give it an exposure and drop the exposure radically down. So around that 3, I think that we used something like 3 points. Okay, let's just go with 3.20. Okay, so you see, so it's just this step, it's still not well blended, it's almost looking at if it's kind of part of the background. I don't know, let me increase this guy a little bit. Right, sorry. Okay, and also the background, let me just, I told you I'll keep editing, that is me for you. So just pull it down some more. Okay. Okay, just pull it up a little bit now. Okay. Should I still touch that glow? Should I still touch this smoke here? I think I'll touch that later. Okay, we're done with the exposure, at least making it look as if it's part of the system. Okay, so now we want to do something. Note, if you remember, the ball is actually covering the face, and the reflection of the ball is affecting the clothes, the hand, the buttons and stuff. So it will be a waste of time if we are trying to blend this part, that means the hand region and the face region, to match our background. It's a waste of time because the ball is actually covering that and the glue is actually doing the blending for us, but we're the one actually doing the glue. So when we are doing the glue, we're actually still blending it to the background. So whatever thing we are doing to the image, when the glow effect hits, we're also trying to replicate that around the background layer. So let's go back. So let's just introduce our ball up this layer. Let's introduce our ball. File, place embedded. Let's just have that ball there, so we know we have that one achieved already. Okay, so let's take away the background. So that's the way I'll take out every background today. Just select subject, and I don't want to go through stress removing background. Select and mask. Okay, I think it's good already. Hit on OK and layer mask as usual. Rasterize. Please don't do this on your personal project. I know anything that goes wrong here, I could just pull it back, but I'm very sure it will not go wrong. So don't do that to your personal projects, please. Okay, reduce this guy and just position. He's like Doctor Strange, so he's trying to peep into the future. But what is actually manipulating? What is manipulating are Adobe Suites, Adobe softwares, Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and InDesign. So it's not really Doctor Strange, but it's just manipulating these guys. Okay, so see where the ball is, and so it's just proper scaling. Mine is already looking too big, so I'll just cut that guy. That I'm holding alternate on my keyboard, so I could just scale every part proportionally. Okay. 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 Excuse me. Okay, let's just scale down a little bit more. Scale up. Okay, it's good like this. Now that's done, let's also group this and call it ball, and give that ball, because we have so many adjustment layers in that ball. That's where most of our effect is. So too many adjustment layers are there, so you don't want to change that guy to something blue. Okay, so it's different from our subject. All right, now let's go back to our subject. Now let's just do something a little bit crazy, Now from this smoke, okay, let me just adjust this bed a little bit. It's looking gigantic. Let me just reduce that guy a little bit. It's not any focus. Let me just increase. Okay, back to my smoke. I told you I'll still come back and touch it, so let's just brush off this part a little bit, just a little bit. Now and let's put this part a little bit. Now if you check this background, we're having this place is looking very dark, like night, just a little light coming from this window. Then we have a white fog, or what we do was a smoke, but it's kind of a fog. So we just want this white fog to just have a little light effect on our magician. So if I would just do a very dirty rough work now, just watch this. Oh, sorry. Okay, just watch this rough work. So I just want to have a little light effect around this part of our man, around this part. So it's as if the fog also is affecting him, like the fog, you get, like where the fog is coming from is also touching him. So it simply means we also add some more fog to this, because he's actually in the background, so he will not look abstract of what is actually happening in the background. You get me? So that's what we want to do very much quickly. There are different tricks people do this with, but I'll just do a little bit. I'll just show you guys a little bit trick I do for this. So let me take this one out. So I could achieve this like this. Pick my brush to create a new layer, and with white selected, opacity and flow around average, something like that. Then just brush on this part, because I feel the light is coming around that region. Okay, I know it's looking rough. Then we'll come to blend mode and choose soft light is doing some magic to that. Then we clip it to our magician like this. So right click and say create clipping mask. So that's that guy. Sharp, it's looking very good. Okay, you could just reduce the opacity and fill it a little bit. Okay, so it's a quick magic. Some other people could go through this way, create curve, clip the curve to this and just pull this guy up, then convert this guy to alternate, like flip it, invert it, then pick your brush and with white selected brush in that part. So that also does the magic. Let's see which is better. Okay, I think I like both, but let's just go with this simpler one we did and just take out this curve. Okay, this is good. All right, so let's see again. Let me save that one. So let's see again, what am I doing to this guy? Okay, let's see. It's too bright. So the final thing quickly we'll do for the focal image before we now go straight to the ball is we want to reduce the saturation on his suit and his hand just a little bit. So we click on adjustment layer, click on hue and saturation, clip that guy to our man, then just pull this guy. You see, it automatically gave us a very nice feel for our design. And if we keep going down, it's going to black and white grayscale. So let's just keep it around that side. So I really like this. I really like the way it's going. Okay, so now we'll go straight to handling the crystal balls. Okay, so before we handle the crystal ball, there's a quick edit to still make to the man. Being on his layer, just come up the exposure layer, create a layer mask, create an adjustment layer rather, and hit on curve. So watch very closely. So that is clipped to the man. So at this edge, click this guy and pull this guy all the way down like that. Okay, then hide this. Now pick on your brush to on this layer mask thumbnail with your black brush selected. Just come and brush in the parts that the crystal ball will be revealing. Okay, so that's the before and after. You know, the crystal ball will definitely reveal some part. I didn't take note of that here. See, everywhere is all bright, even to the bottom. So the crystal ball will be revealing somehow like this. Then the bottom part will not really be in the picture. So if I will do a quick 30 brush sketch, something like this, I mean something like this, so the crystal ball will brighten up our day or like this. So some of the reflection will also hit a little part of the building and little part on our wood. You get, so somehow it will not affect here because there's actually a hand blocking it. And if you check the direction of the light, it should not come towards this waist region, something like that. Hopefully you get it when we start giving the glow. Okay, so let's now go and handle the glow effect. Let me still reduce this guy over here, just reduce the opacity and flow. So it's okay, so in the hand. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so let's continue. So now we'll be making the glow for the ball. Just watch very much closely. Don't blink at this point in time, if not you miss out. Okay, so before we do the glow, let me quickly say this. Okay, so there is a WhatsApp group I created. The WhatsApp group is called Graphic Design with the CEO. Okay, I created it sometime last month, but I wasn't really active because I had some issues I had to fix, but everything is good and fine, and the WhatsApp group will kick on as soon as possible. Okay, so I will really implore you to, I really love you to join that WhatsApp group, because there I'll be dropping free sessions, free tutorials, live design. We'll have some live sections using Zoom meetings or Google Meet. We'll have some live sections. We have challenges. We have competitions. We have different sessions where other designers out there could come and tutor us at different points in time. So the link will be in the description bar below. So just check the description bar, click on the link and join the group. Just click and join. You don't need to go through any hurdle. Excuse me, you're not paying anything. Just click and join the group. Then we'll start up everything as soon as possible. So that's one announcement that I really wanted to make. So that said, let's go back to the video. This announcement, I've forgotten what I wanted to do. What did I want? Okay, we wanted to do glow for the ball. Okay, first of all, let's create a UI saturation layer. You see, I zoomed the screen so I can see what is going on. So let's clip max this guy to our design, or to our ball rather. Then click on this option called colorize. Okay, ball this guy up front, or like this. I think another place is fine. Then this one, let's see. So we just want to give it that glow to start with, that green color to start with. So if you see this one, you discover that it has that green. There's no how it will be glowing and the ball is not green. The ball is white and is glowing. Like the ball is this color and it's glowing. It doesn't make any sense. So also let's just drop down this guy a little bit so it's powerful than before. Okay, this is good. Now another thing we'll do for the ball, we'll just give the ball a little outer glow. So either you double click on it or you hit on FX and you go to outer glow. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, let's just pick the color around here. Okay, see what I'm picking around there, then hit on OK. Then change this guy to screen so it's kind of louder and it's doing some blend for me. Okay, size perfect, spread, let it come out a little bit. Don't look rough, please, I beg you. Okay, opacity. Alright, something like that. I don't want it to be so much pronounced. Okay, we'll still have other tricks to do this, and let's just keep it down a little bit, down like that. Okay, you know, I didn't want to do it there because if I use that size to do the glue, I'll not be able to adjust that size later. But when I do it manually my own way, I'll be able to adjust the glue if I don't like the effect. Okay, now under the crystal ball layer, okay, under this magician layer, just create a new layer, pull it up so it enters the crystal ball layer. Okay, so file, place embedded. Let's place this image, smoke effect, place. Okay, so let's scale this guy up like this, pull this guy around here, scale her up. Okay, and hit on commit. Alright, so as usual, create a new layer, flip to black, Control I in case you just joined the video, which I don't expect you to join by this time. So pick on our brush to white selected. We'll just paint in the parts we want. I will just want the part around the ball, around this part. This is where we want it. Don't worry, those ones are coming extra, we'll take them away. So flip to black and just brush off this extra part. Let's reduce it gets a kind of a smooth transition. So let's brush off this extra part we are having around here. Okay, let me just see something here. Okay, it's even floating beyond that. So I'll just target the fingers and just a little brush out, just a little, not so much, because know how the glove must hit the finger, but I don't want it to take my finger so much. Okay, I think I like that. It's looking nice. Okay, so I'll also reduce my flow and opacity. See the reason for this? I want this effect now to have this smooth transition with our background. You see, so it has this smooth transition because there's a way you brush it out. There's a way you brush it out and it's looking stupid. So let it have that smooth transition, something like that. Okay, let us pick a white and let's add extra. I think I'm having some extra around there. It's looking nice, so let me add that extra. I don't know how to sing. Okay, so let me just brush a little bit. Maybe one day I'll open a YouTube channel where I'll be singing. I know none of you will watch that channel. None of you will even subscribe. So this guy with a cocky voice. There's one guy in Nigeria called Don Jazzy. Maybe my voice is maybe some of you will say don't fool yourself. Now you're not sounding like Don Jazzy. Who knows? Maybe if I have money like Don Jazzy, I could go for a studio section and they will tune my voice and it will get better. Okay, so let's duplicate this layer, Ctrl J, so we have it 2. On this second one, just pick again on the layer mark, pick your brush and black selected. Let's still brush out a little so I blend some more. The reason why I duplicated the layer so that the effect will get stronger than before, but if you now get stronger, it doesn't blend, doesn't make sense. You get, so before and when it's doubled, so it gets much more better. Okay, just as I was saying, if I have money, probably I'll go for a studio section and I may even do well. Who knows? So maybe you will start paying money for this YouTube channel so I can actually have money to go for a studio session. What do you think? So I'm only just brushing off from the fingers. So as I was saying, so maybe you will start paying money, or I'll open my own Patreon page where you will support me and I have enough money to go for a studio session and maybe I start to sing and my songs will actually sell. You know, I'll use the same technique I use for graphic design to sing song. I'll make I'll make the trendy song like what I know people will like. It's not hard now. It's not just to sit there and write baby. Oh yeah, wine from you, wine. Nigerian songs. The next thing, there will be a beat at the background and I'm saying baby, wine. So let me group these 2 layers. Just select some of them with shift and group, Ctrl G. So what I'm doing, baby, you hear, baby, wine from you. Before you know, people start to dance in the club and you call me for shows. My stage name will not be CEO Design, to be Young CEO. Yes, Young CEO. So once I use that Young CEO, it is 7 and so back to the tutorial. So I click on Who and Saturation and I clip it to that group I made earlier. So let me just rename this guy to Bob Glow. Okay, so back to my Hue and Saturation. Colorize, then just like what we did initially, pop this guy up. I want that guy to ring very loud. So if you are not using green, you can also use blue. Let me just copy this 104. So if you use blue and it means your ball will also change to blue. You know, some people do this kind of tutorials and their glow is blue. So that's why I said I will not be giving you colors. I want you to be extra creative with your design. That said, before I continue, let me say this. When you finish watching this tutorial, please, as you are watching it, be doing it, because if you think you can watch and later do, it will be very difficult. So while you are watching it, be carrying it out on your Photoshop. Then this part, very much important, please, once you are done, save your file, export it, save it, then upload to your Instagram. If you have Instagram, upload to Instagram. If it's Facebook, you use upload to Facebook. If it's LinkedIn, upload to LinkedIn. If it's Behance, upload to wherever, upload it. But make sure you just give us a link in the description bar. So when you are done with your own design, drop a comment of how much you enjoyed the tutorial, or how much frustrating the tutorial was, or how much the tutorial got you crazy, and your link of your design, that is the one you made, so we could all go and check it. I could even also go vet it and give you a feedback after all. I'll make sure I feedback everybody's link I see. So this is another way you could get better. When I give you some criticism or some corrections about it, you could also fine-tune yours and get it much better. So please, just as I said, once you are watching the tutorial, be carrying out the tutorial on your Photoshop. Then once you are done, don't be ashamed of it. Just export and upload on your whichever site you like, not on WhatsApp, because you can't give me a link to your WhatsApp. So whichever site you can give me a link to. So copy the link and paste the link on the description bar with your little feedback, or your short feedback, or your lengthy feedback. Then I will go and check. We'll all check together and we'll do stuffs together. Okay, thank you. Let's go back. So if it's blue, means your ball will be blue, and so you could be creative with this. But I'll just take it back to green, because what I told you I'll be showing you is the green. So let me not do blue now. So some places when I say wow, he has changed it to blue. So let's stay around that guy. Okay, I think I like that guy. Let's step up this guy more again. crazy. And let's pop this guy down. Whoa, no. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's check against. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we are almost there. Okay, another thing I saw that there's this transition my still not having, and yeah, let me off this one first. Pick my brush to white selected. Let me just brush in this part, something like this. So you see, let's also bring this guy back and just do some more brushing. Let me just see. I just want it to at least to almost look like what I'm having there somehow. You get me?